welcome to the debate. Look, we are diving straight into that historic Argentina versus Egypt match today on SportsPulseHQ because our tactical eye test showed us something entirely different from the mainstream narrative. Argentina's dramatic comeback from 2-0 down late in the second half. Well, the central question we are debating is this. Was it elite tactical adjustments from Scaloni, or did that 59th minute VAR decision artificially shift the psychological momentum? I am arguing that structural changes and physical fatigue absolutely won the day here.
Yeah, but you are completely ignoring the profound human element. I mean, looking at the pitch in that 59th minute, Egypt had seemingly just gone 3-0 up to secure a historic upset, only to have the goal wiped away by a VAR check for a really soft foul in the buildup. For an exhausted underdog, losing the euphoria of a 3-goal cushion didn't just alter the scoreline. It acted as a psychological barrier that completely shattered their mental resilience.
Shattered their mental resilience? Look, it was not an emotional collapse. When Lionel Scaloni made his second half substitutions, Argentina completely transformed their strategy. They shifted away from that sterile, horizontal passing right into an ultra-vertical system designed to overload the half spaces. I view Egypt's eventual collapse like a physical dam finally breaking under sustained water pressure. The defensive drop-off was an inevitable mechanical result of this tactical shift, not just some emotional reaction.
But wait, hold on. You can't just call it mechanical. To understand why the psychological shift was so devastating, we have to look at how much energy Egypt expended early on. I mean, for the first 70 minutes, they played a nearly flawless defensive game.
They really did. They deployed a brilliant low block, essentially packing all of their defenders incredibly deep near the penalty box to completely deny space for Lionel Messi to operate between the lines, and they utilized a double pivot. By placing two defensive midfielders right in front of their back line, they created a physical wall that clogged the passing lanes, totally suffocating Rodrigo de Paul's ability to move the ball forward.
Exactly. They suffocated the midfield perfectly. But maintaining a low block and a double pivot requires immense, sustained concentration and stamina. When that VAR decision erased their historic third goal, the adrenaline that was fueling that defensive wall just evaporated. We have to acknowledge the sports psychology here. The sudden emotional whiplash, going from the absolute joy of a guaranteed quarterfinal spot to the terrifying realization that you have to defend a 1-goal lead against world champions, is paralyzing. Your tactical shift only succeeded because Egypt was already mentally shattered.
No way. I'm not convinced by that at all, because it implies their legs stopped working purely out of disappointment. Let me explain the mechanics of what Scaloni actually did to break them. By overloading the half spaces, those specific vertical lanes just between the wing and the center of the pitch, Argentina forced Egypt's defenders to make impossible choices. It's just like trying to guard 3 receivers in a basketball zone with only 2 defenders. Eventually, someone is left wide open. Look at Cristian Romero's goal in the 79th minute. That was elite transition play, punishing a defense that simply couldn't physically cover the back post anymore.
Are you kidding me? Failing to track Romero at the back post is a classic symptom of cognitive fatigue. The physical exhaustion was absolutely exacerbated by the emotional blow of the 59th minute.